Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. We've made it through the middle of the week, and we're all the way to the 6th day of Heart Health Awareness Month. And I'm here today because I wanted to check in with everyone and find out what everyone's been doing to create and spread the word on heart health. I hope that you have been watching my different posts because I've been going to different meetings and so forth, as much read as I can. And yesterday I was at my Women in Networking meeting, and really one of our dear members even broke down, and because her mother is actually suffering from some challenges as well. So the reason I'm saying this is because when we speak things, we never know what we might find, and it's an opportunity to serve those around us in ways that maybe would not have come. And speaking of service, I see a beautiful young lady on the screen, and she's going to join us, so I am going to give this stage to her. We did a wonderful interview on Monday evening in my private VIP group, and today I'm opening it up to everyone on my Facebook page. I'm hoping that a lot of you will be able to join us, and Sheila is very interested in getting questions from you. So anyone that's got questions, feel free, butt in, write them in the comments, whatever it takes. If for some reason technology we don't get to them, Sheila will certainly get to them via the comments. So hi Sheila, and Wednesday.
Hi.
It's all yours.
Well, I am glad you guys had a chance to join Olga and myself today. Kind of a cloudy day here in Rock Hill, South Carolina, at our little home base. But wanted to pop in and say hello to all of you. And if there's any questions that pop up, happy to answer them here. If you post questions, as Olga said, I'll go back in. And but I think one of the most common questions that we get when it comes to women's heart health is how women are different than men. I often share whenever I speak that the first thing I learned about heart disease when it came from my own experience of being underdiagnosed for about a year was that the first thing that I learned about heart disease was that everything I thought I knew was from a man's perspective. Heart disease is very prevalent on my dad's side of the family. He had his first heart attack at 42. He had a heart transplant at 51. And pretty much all of the males but one in my family on that side had some kind of cardiac event in their 40s. So I had made it to 50, thought maybe I had, taken after my grandmother, dodged the family curse, taken after mom's side. But when I had my heart attack at 50, we found out, nope, I had taken after my dad. But, I had looked for his symptoms. Now, I had been a marketing executive for the American Red Cross and used to help people get trained in CPR and AED all the time. But at the time that I was working with them, we still had not addressed the symptoms and the warning signs in women. We were still looking at the general broad signs of a heart attack or, cardiac event. So I missed a lot of my warning signs. So some of the things that women need to know about. First of all, if you have a vitamin D deficiency, if you go get your blood work done and your doctor says that you're low in vitamin D, that should be a red flag. That's a warning sign that you need to pay attention because that could affect your heart. If you have an elevated C-reactive protein in your blood work, that means you have inflammation in your body. At the time I was struggling, mine wasn't that high, but I had pain head to toe. I had been diagnosed with osteoarthritis. I had fibromyalgia. I had chronic fatigue. But I didn't understand the connection between inflammation and your heart. Because guess what causes heart disease? Inflammation. So once I got my health back under control, got my sugar intake way under control, because that was a big culprit in that process, a lot of that pain, I was taking 2 opioids every day, plus a muscle relaxer, plus one other medication, like a meloxicam, to try to control the inflammation and the pain in my body. When I got my diet under control, when I understood how much added sugar was in all of the food I was consuming, because we did eat out a lot, we were empty nesters, when I started really looking at what was in our cabinet, what was in our fridge, and basically purged all of that and brought our sugar consumption where it should be, I got off all of those medications. I have not had those meds for 3 years. Now, if I overdo it, am I in pain? Sure. I pray for it, because I am 57, but I'm not 24/7 in pain. But those are things that women need to know of. Other things women need to know of that's very unique to us. If you had preeclampsia when you were pregnant, that is a warning flag. That should be a red light going off that you are at risk of heart disease when you're older. You have got to start taking preventative action now. If you finished menopause early, or if you started your periods early as a girl, those are all red flags. Now, I knew none of that before my heart attack. I learned all of that after my heart attack, in addition to most women don't have crushing chest pain. Most women don't have pain down their arms when they're having a heart attack. They could simply have indigestion. They could be too tired. They could have pain between their shoulder blades. They could have pain in their jaw. It could be so subtle that we can blame it on something else, and we don't even know that we're having a heart attack. Plus, if you go to the ER and they run an enzyme test on you to see if you're having a heart attack, if they run the general enzyme test on you, it can come back negative. Because women, again, different than men, we need the more sensitive enzyme test. So there's a lot of women who have had a heart attack, had a silent heart attack, who've been sent home with the diagnosis of the flu, and you hear that they passed away a few days later, or they came back to the ER a few days later. So women really need to educate themselves. They need to ask questions. They need not to take no for an answer when they know something's wrong with their body. Listen to your body. Know the warning signs, know your risk factors, know how to talk to your doctor, and just be your best advocate.
Wow. As usual, I'm blown away after I speak with you. And one of the things that are high on my list for today and tomorrow, I'm going to revisit these videos that we've made and post these one by one.
Great.
Because sometimes we women, we may not have time or choose to stay on a video for a certain amount of time. But when you see a flash of a tip, that sticks with you whether you want it or not.
Yes.
And I know so many different women that have the different symptoms that you say. And working with women, I get very personal, and I hear groans and aches, and I work with a lot of ladies also that do have fibromyalgia.
So it sounds
like inflammation is what I'm taking away from today's talk.
Yeah. And tomorrow, the next time you and I talk, because I know that you talk to a lot of women because of the line of work you're in, but what we're going to talk about next is the connection between our breasts and our heart. There's a connection between when you get a mammogram and how a mammogram can actually tell you if you might have heart disease.
Really?
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 I had no idea.
Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about next.
Well, ladies,
you heard that. The next time Sheila and I talk, we're going to talk about that connection. And Sheila and I, after this, we'll talk about the day and time that we'll do this. So I'll put it on our pages, and that way we can do a little bit more of planning so that you'll get Sheila again.
Awesome.
So
thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sheila.
Thanks. Talk to you next time.
Okay, bye-bye.